Hello again. Welcome back. Today we'll be going over the support. Probably the most, how to put this? One of the easier roles to choose and play for players of all abilities. The support is equipped with a wide variety of equipment for taking on at all ranges and even going against vehicles. We'll start with some of the perks. Like all the other roles, the support gets 3 exclusive perks. The first being Unbreakable. Incoming suppression is reduced by 75% when your bipod is deployed. Suppression is the thing where your vision gets distorted a bit, aim gets knocked off when being shot at. Now this perk could be useful for reducing the inaccuracy brought on by suppression. However, it's only useful if you're using your bipod. And that's even if you have a bipod. A lot of the guns do not have bipods. The guns that do have bipods is the suppressives, telescopics, well, tripods for the telescopics, bipods for the suppressive. Doesn't really matter, it's a visual thing. But I know someone will be in the comments be like, that's actually a tripod. But no, yes. So suppressives, telescopics, low weights, and defensives. So unless you've got a bipod, there is absolutely no point on even using this perk. And even with a bipod, I don't think it's that useful, because in order for it to be useful, you need to be shot at, which isn't a very good incentive to use it. Next up is Pin Down. Outgoing suppression is increased by 50%, and fully suppressing an enemy with your LMG will spot them. Pretty simple perk, and quite good I think. Instead of having to spam Q all the time, it'll do it for you, and you'll know if they're fully suppressed as they will be spotted automatically. However, when shooting at them, because of the increased suppression, they won't be able to fire back as effectively. So this could be good for reducing the combat effectiveness of snipers from afar. Last but not least, Perseverance. Holding the repair tool increases walking speed by 25%. This is not your sprint speed, this is just walking, and reduces explosive damage by 20%. Again, this is only really useful if you're using the repair tool. Now this can be very good for keeping up with friendly tanks or even enemy tanks to repair or destroy them, as the little extra speed will really help with catching up or staying close to the tank, and the 20% explosive damage reduction is a nice little bonus. But again, this is only useful if you're using the repair tool. Completely useless if you're not using the repair tool. Okay, moving on to the gadgets. You of course got the ammo crate. Very simple. You place it down, anyone within the surrounding area, yourself, friendlies, or even enemies will be resupplied slowly through the crate. This will affect gadgets as well as grenades, etc. It will prioritize whatever's in your hand currently. If your current weapon that you're holding is full, it'll move on to your secondary and then your gadgets. Unless you are holding any one of those out at the time, it will prioritize primary, secondary, gadgets. It will also reduce the amount of time the gadgets are on cooldown for, because if you use the gadgets too quickly, it will go on cooldown until you can resupply them. However, standing by the ammo crate will reduce that timer. Same with the ammo pouches, however, these will instantly give you ammo for gadgets and or primary, secondary, etc. and can be resupplied on the move. Ammo pouch and ammo crate have similar effects and abilities, whether you just want it stationary or on the move. Next up, the mortars. These are far more useful than most people believe them to be. Number 1, they provide the ability to attack targets in cover from cover. But not only that, they also have smokes, which makes it great for pushing. So you can take on a bunch of enemies using their air or HE and then smoke down from afar some area to push. The air is best used on groups of infantry, where the HE is best used on tanks and vehicles. The HE, however, can directly one hit kill if it's direct, where the air burst will burst above enemies, affecting a more larger area. Bear in mind, a mortar's usefulness will be extremely limited within confined spaces and indoors. Next up, the repair tool. Very easy and simple to use. You can go up to friendly tanks or any other stationary vehicles and weapons, and you can repair them. But you can also use it to take on enemy tanks. You can damage them and just even destroy them. They won't fix your teammates, but they can certainly fix your enemies. Bear in mind, if you ever acquire a vehicle by any means, you will need the repair tool in your inventory to be able to repair from inside the vehicle. So bear that in mind. Even if you're not support and you don't have the repair tool, you can always swap kits with the tanker or the pilot, if you're lucky enough to get the pilot's kit. Next up, the limpet charge, an extremely powerful explosive, which is a magnet, which isn't really a magnet. Yes, the limpet will stick to anything. Magnet, by the way, though. Not really a magnet, because it can just attach to anything. It's on a time fuse, so you just throw it, hope it attaches, and then it goes kabam. Can be really good for infantry as well. Just toss it round a corner, maybe get 5 or 6 kills. Next up, crossbow launcher frag. Really easy. It's just a crossbow that fires fragmentation grenades. And of course, crossbow launcher HE, which is just the exact same as the previous, but it's more effective against vehicles and will explode on impact. Fun fact, but you do not need to resupply these. They will resupply themselves over time, so you don't need ammo crate nor pouches to resupply the crossbow. You just magically get some more ammo. But the crossbows can be pretty weak. The supports also get 3 exclusive sidearms, like all the other roles. Starting first with the Rapier pistol M1912. Kind of visually like the M1911, however this one's fed through a clip, so it's much faster to reload from empty than it is to do a partial reload. Next up, the Bulldog revolver, very powerful in CQC and fast firing. However, it does have a slow reload. And last but not least, the Modelo 1915. Again, the weaker damage one, but it has a fast fire rate. Don't forget, as a support, you are carrying ammo, or you should be carrying ammo, at least one of them. So you essentially have unlimited ammo, so use as much of it as you can. Support is one of the best roles for taking on a wide variety of engagement distances, and even vehicles. Also, a thing to note, the longer you shoot, the more accurate you are with the support guns. A very weird Battlefield mechanic. So, don't tap fire, just hold it down. You'll be far more accurate over time, where tap firing won't reward you with the accuracy. The key to shooting some of these support guns is to never let it overheat. You can tell when it's about to overheat, as it will slow down the rate of fire and it will sound different. When that begins to happen, pause for a second and let it cool off. Otherwise it will do an animation which is quite lengthy and pretty pointless, which you do not want to happen. And it will put you out the firefight for a little bit. Just because you got a large magazine and full auto doesn't mean you should take on the entire enemy team at once. It's still best to pace how you take on enemies. A few things to note: the opticals and storms are better used while ADSing. Suppressives, low weights, telescopics, and defensives are better used with their bipod in use, obviously. Trenches have better hip fire, so just bear that in mind while playing, and try and use them to their fullest. Okay, that's all I've got time for today. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more. Until next time, see ya.